Hi from BugEyeGuy.com. This is our 1963 356B, and it's a T6 with a two-holer, I guess you'd call it, in the back on the deck lid for the engine. This particular 356B was built by a restorer in Maryland, but it was built by a guy in Maryland who put a lot of time and a lot of energy and unfortunately passed away after the car was completed. I purchased the car from a collector friend of mine who's sold me dozens of vehicles, and he always takes great care of his cars, so I buy everything that he offers me. And he purchased it from the widow of the builder, and he didn't get a lot of good documentation, but what we see is mainly the result on the car itself of a lot of hard work, a lot of new parts, and a very tight and well sorted 356. It is a very clean car, and it's just a delight. You get in, and the thing that jumps out the most for me is how immaculate the interior is, and in particular the smell. When I was a kid, my dad had a 65 356, and it smelled exactly like that. Just spectacular. The restorer found the right seat kit and had these seats built professionally, and they are spot on. It's really a nice job. The headliner's excellent. The door linings are excellent. The dash is excellent. The carpet is really a beautiful wool carpeting as well. So the interior is quite special on this car, and that's what greets you as you open the door. It's a very, very nice cockpit in general. The steering wheel is also in excellent shape. I'm not sure if it's a reproduction, but it looks brand new, and the gauges are all correct as well. The trunk up front also has a beautiful leather strap for the spare. The lining is new, and there's a nice 6-volt battery tender. Of course, the original 6-volt battery is intact and in place, and the battery box is all very clean. There are no issues up front. The charger is a nice feature. Of course, you can keep that plugged into the wall. The engine bay is also very clean. Now, this is the engine from a 64 356. It's not the original engine, but it's a very similar engine to what would have come new in the car. It happens to be a 75 horsepower engine in its stock form that was put into the car, and then when it was rebuilt recently by the restorer, he apparently also bored out the cylinders to get it closer to the 90 horsepower configuration. So the power on the car is good, and it runs very nicely. In addition, what's special about this car is that for the money, I just don't know what you can find in the 356 world. Most of the cars that are in the $50,000 range that I've seen are badly crazed, or the interiors are, they call them patinaed, but they're just basically worn out. And this is a restored car that looks beautiful. It's not perfect, but for half the price of a Concours B, I just don't know how you could go wrong. I mean, these cars have skyrocketed in value. Haggerty lists a number one car like this at $131,000. So we have it priced about half of what you would pay for a Concours car. And I think that that kind of pricing leaves a lot of room for this car to continue to appreciate. If I had to guess, I would say these will be $100,000 cars. I don't know how soon, but it certainly seems like a good way to get into the 356 world and the Porsche world, and to do it with a really sweet car that needs no apologies. So that's what I have to say about this sweet car from BugEyeGuy.com.